you guys should definitely make my review of this figure float to the top by smashing that like button if you haven't done it already. It would be greatly appreciated. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review for you guys. And as this time you can see, we are going to be taking a look at the NECA It Pennywise figure. And man, if you guys know me, you know that I have been waiting a long time for this figure. So let's dive right into it. Now, initially, this guy was supposed to come out towards the end of August with the original Pennywise, and I'm so glad that it didn't, because here it is, the 1st of July, and I already got my hands on this guy. The moment they said it was in stock, I put in my pre-order on eBay, and within just 2 days, now here it is before me. But I don't know what it is about a clown that scares people, but something about this Stephen King geniusly written movie just makes me love it. And as you guys can see, I have the movie right here, and the sexy packaging emulates the cover art. I freaking dig that. But now on to the sexy packaging. Before I start fanboying, of course, like I said, you got it emulated from the movie. You'll Float 2 right there. It, of course. Bottom, you don't really have anything going on. NECA, sculptors, blah blah blah. Barcode on the side, you got Pennywise right there making the sound. I really dig that. NECA Real Toys, I don't really know anything about that. Same thing on this side right here. And of course on the back, you got him with all the accessories. And man, I am so ready to crack this open. But this is my second NECA, and I'm not used to this, but this looks awesome. I dig this right here. Now, I will say this figure is much taller than I was expecting it to be, but Pennywise is a tall character, so it makes sense. But on the inside, as you guys can see, you got the window packaging right there and a very awesome pose with the figure in the movie setting. I'll put it like that right here. And man, this looks awesome. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get this guy out of the packaging. Now, straight out of the packaging, I just gotta say, so far this figure is everything I wanted and more, because technically this is my first NECA, considering the fact I do have the Adam West Batman, but I never broke that guy out of the package. I just bought it because the actor died, and I'm a very big Batman fan. But I was a little nervous about getting this figure. I thought that a lot would be hindered. The articulation would be very limited because of the bulky clothing, but for the most part, they got around that nicely. And this so far is definitely already putting me on the scale to buying more NECA figures if they decide to make some characters that I like. And that being said, I don't know much about NECA at all, so if there's any information you guys can give me that I might miss in this review, please feel free to do so. But yes, technically this is my very first NECA that I've decided to open and pose, and I'm not going to harp on that too much, but I don't know, man. Something about this clown I just really freaking love. It captures the actor. The detail is all there. Paintwork is nice. I literally, so far, in terms of paint and sculpt, I have no issues. And I've already looked this figure up and down before I even started talking about it. So anyway, let's go ahead and put him back and see how tall this guy stands. And it's probably going to be off of the camera. As you guys can see, I had to sit this guy very far back in order to do this height measurement. But as you guys can see, he stands literally 7.5 inches to the top of his hair, almost 8 inches. So this guy is very tall, but I mean, it makes sense because Pennywise is a tall character. If you've seen the movie, you already know. But now to what I'm anticipating the most, let's go ahead and check out his articulation. Now, articulation wise, I gotta say that this figure really impresses me. It does more than I thought it was gonna do. He looks up that much, which is really well, looks down that much, even better, because he needs to be able to look down. He does have head tilt to both sides really well, no issues. This right here is a separate piece that hinders it a little bit, but it's part of the costume, so it can't be helped. Now, this is the only part I wish could go further, but it's because of the sleeve, so it makes sense. His arms only go out about that much, without forcing it. And I mean, that's okay because like I said, these sleeves are huge. So no butterfly joint, but that's fine with me. Of course, you can move him out however you want. He does have a bicep swivel. I was not expecting that. And another thing that really caught me off guard, double jointed elbows. I was so sure the elbows were going to be single jointed, but they aren't. I freaking love that. The hands are on a ball peg, so you can pretty much move them around however you want to. The sleeves and all these little cuffs in his outfit are soft plastic, so they do hinder it, but not as much as it would if it was a hard plastic. So I dig that. Hands are kind of on a ball peg. Now, another thing I was not expecting with this guy, he does get waist movement. I was not expecting that. He crunches forward really well, which will help him look down because just about every figure you pose with this guy is going to be shorter. So it's necessary. I freaking love that so much. He can turn to the side, of course, and like I said, swivel. Legs go out about that much, which is fine because he's got this thick skirt piece right here, which is also a very soft plastic, but of course it does hinder. His foot goes forward about that much and back about that much, and I mean, it doesn't really matter. He's standing all the time anyway. I believe that these knees are double jointed, and I'm not going to force it, but as you guys can see, they do bend pretty well, and this is about as far as it'll go without forcing it, and that's fine with me because like I said, he doesn't really bend down or do anything like that. Now he does have actually this is just a separate piece. I was thinking that it was a swivel, but no, it's not a swivel, but you can turn it at the knee, and that works really well. That's another thing I was not expecting. Now as far as foot, it doesn't go up any, but it does go down really well, and of course he doesn't have a toe hinge, but other than that, I have got to say that this thing knocks it out of the park in terms of articulation. For me at least, this is better than I thought it was going to be. I'm very happy with that. Now on to the best part, the accessories. Now for accessories, he doesn't come with a lot, but he comes with absolutely everything that was needed. As you guys can see, he comes with his signature grinning face, and this is something that actually the actor Bill Skarsgård, I think is how you say it, I'm really not sure. Correct me in the comments because I know someone's going to do it. But he comes with the face that Bill Skarsgård himself, it was something that he used to practice and he used to say all the time. He wanted to put it in a movie, so I'm very happy that they included that. I don't know how the hell he does it, but it definitely looks nice. Of course, on all the faces, the paint and sculpt work is freaking phenomenal because this is a NECA. And as for hands, he comes with one relaxed hand, one hand for holding the boat, another relaxed hand, which is necessary, and then we get this hand for holding the balloon, but everyone knows what this hand is going to be used for. I know what the hell I'm going to pose it for, but that's all he comes with for hands. I'm used to getting fists, but I mean, I collect a lot of action characters, so it makes sense, but do wish that they included that, but I mean, it's fine. And of course, a bit more of a relaxed type of hand also would have been good because these are kind of wide open palms, but it's no issue at all. Definitely looks nice. Now for the faces, he comes with this creepy ass face right here, which I freaking dig. Of course, that's the hungry face, but man, these teeth look so disgusting. But it looks exactly like it does in the movie, so I dig that. And last for faces, he comes with just a neutral face that's not smiling, and this is him when he's probably getting frustrated about not having something to eat. So yeah, face-wise, he definitely comes with the necessary amount, and they capture pretty much all the expressions he has in the movie. Now, if you don't know, I've seen this movie several times, and one thing I know about it is his eyes are actually blue most of the time. The only time they're really yellow is when he's getting ready to eat or he's about to try to attack and scare somebody. So all the eyes on the figure are going to be yellow, but I mean, that's fine with me. It's no problem at all. Now, the last two things he comes with is Georgie's boat, which very, very nice sculpt. I'm very glad that they included that. This is something I'm happy with. And if you guys can't see it, it does say SS Georgie right there. I don't know what SS stands for, but Georgie, of course, was the name of the kid he killed at the beginning of the movie. That was kind of messed up. But yeah, still awesome that they included that. And last but not least, the red balloon. This one was definitely necessary, and they did a good job with it. I was wondering just how they were going to make this, and they did phenomenal. And if you don't know how it works, is you actually slip this piece right here into this hole in the hand, and I'm guessing he holds it well. I'm really not sure, but I am going to try it out and then show it real quick. Now he will hold it pretty good as long as you have his hand up enough on the string, because if you have it too low, this balloon is a little bit top heavy, so if you have his hand holding it down here, it is not going to sit up straight at all. So you're going to have his hand pretty high up for it to work and it to hold straight up like this. So that's just something to have a fair warning. And also, when you're slipping it into the hands, be careful, because right here, as you guys can see, a piece of that white came off. I'm not sure how well it's showing up on the video, but make sure that you slip it in there slowly, because this white will slowly start to chip off, and that's just something to keep in mind. But for the most part, the accessory works really well, and I'm very happy they included it. Now for some size comparisons, I told you this guy was huge. Now if you didn't believe me, here he is standing next to the DC Collectibles New 52 Greg Capullo, Nightwing, and Batman. Next up, here he is standing next to my two tallest Batman action figures, the DC Collectibles Arkham Origins Batman and the DC Collectibles Arkham Knight Batman. And he's taller than both of them. Lastly, here he is standing next to some Marvel Legends Children. Now, my final thoughts on this figure are exactly what I said towards the beginning of the review. This figure is more than what I was expecting, and it's due to the fact that I have never had a NECA figure before. They knocked this guy out of the park. I just got to be honest. I do wish that he came with a pair of more relaxed hands. I can't ask for fist hands because this is a character from a scary movie, but man, NECA, you guys have definitely increased my chances of buying more figures from you guys, because this is freaking sick, man. Like, the detail from head to toe, all their paintwork, sculpt, it's all there. I literally have nothing to complain about. If I complain about anything, it's more of something personal. Like, I wish he had more hands and maybe a different expression. But as far as how this figure is made, the design, the paintwork, the likeness, I have nothing to complain about at all. The figure does not feel fragile either. A lot of people told me that NECA figures feel fragile, but this one feels fantastic. That's the only thing I can say about it. So honestly, I highly recommend this figure. I bought this, like I said, the moment they said that the listing was up on eBay. Got it in a few days. Now, I paid 37 bucks for it. You can probably get it cheaper if you order at Big Bad Toy Store. I know if you go to my boys at Toys in the Box, it's $33 shipped there. So, I mean, you can get him for a good price. Now, I do think 30 is a little steep, because, I mean, if you would have saw it at Toys R Us, which they closed, you probably could have got him for around 24, 25. But, hey, if you really want this guy, I highly recommend it. I do dig this figure a lot. I'm going to pose this figure a lot. You're going to see this in a lot of photos if you follow me on Instagram. But, yeah, that's my review of this guy. No, you guys aren't going to like it, but, hey, if I had to rate this figure, 9.5 out of 10, and maybe the 0.5 would be just because there's no toe hinge, and I mean, that's not really even necessary. So I don't know, man. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoy this review. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more content, and of course, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below. As always, Animated Heroes, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.